This high school football game has all the trappings of the average all-American hometown game. The band, the fans, and the drive to dominate on the gridiron. But make no mistake, this is no ordinary game, in part because of what the hometown team has survived in the last 2 seasons. Last year, an F5 tornado leveled the high school and left the football field in ruins. The district rebuilt, and last week, Appleton-Parkersburg students started classes in their brand new high school. This past June, another tragedy. Head football coach Ed Thomas was working in the high school weight room when he was shot and killed by former player Mark Becker. Many questions still surround Thomas's slaying, including a clear motive and the suspect's mental stability. Immediately after the shooting, Becker reportedly was overheard saying, "The devil made me do it." Coach Thomas's death left the school without its celebrated coach who guided this winning team for 34 years. But it also left the town without one of its beloved leaders who, through his platform as a championship coach with 4 players on the NFL, brought national attention to the town's recovery. For those just learning about Ed Thomas and his story may seem limited to just being a football coach. But for this Iowa community, he was more than just a coach. He was a man of integrity and character, perhaps best summed up in the words that he would say to his players on the practice field, words commemorated on this plaque. "If all I have taught you is how to block and tackle, then I have failed as a coach."
During the school day, he was in the lunchroom, he was a social studies teacher, he was a driver's ed teacher. Sure, you can replace some of those things, but the biggest footprint, as you asked, is what he meant to us as just a role model and a leader.
Last Friday night, the team played the season opener against rival Dike New Hartford, broadcast on ESPN, the state's first nationally televised high school football game. It was also the first time in 35 years the NFL High School Coach of the Year wasn't calling plays on the sidelines of the so-called Sacred Acre that bears his name.
They've got their hearts out there because they loved Coach Thomas and they miss him. I know my son, both my sons. This is tough. This is a tough one.
He really wanted to teach young men life lessons and to prepare them to be good husbands, good members in their community, and God-fearing men.
Sons Aaron and Todd Thomas have picked up where their father left off. Aaron resigned his position at a nearby school district to take over his father's athletic program. And Todd is now an assistant coach for the Falcons football team. But it was immediately after the shooting when Coach's family made a lasting impression, asking others also to pray for the family of the man who killed their father.
Everyone in this community is going to have to get through this, and thus far we haven't had a lot of animosity towards the Becker family from others, and nor should there be.
And that lesson of forgiveness is spilling over to the school, where the accused shooter's brother is a senior on the football team.
I'm proud of his teammates, the way they've embraced him and made sure he knew none of this was his fault. For him, I think he knows that my brother and I and my mom have no resentment towards him. He had nothing to do with this, and that we hope for him that he can just have a great senior year and move on and just somewhat enjoy himself.
So let's take a moment, stand in silence, and remember the man, the coach, Mr. Ed Thomas.
The first home game was a memorial to Coach Thomas. Under the glare of the national spotlight, former Falcons football players lined the end zone to support the young players. The band played Amazing Grace. And the team played with grit and heart, winning the game 40-13.
He would have been proud. He was looking down. He was proud. He has a big smile on his face right now.
I'd hope he's proud of us. I hope he's proud that we came out and we gave it our all and that we did everything we could to win.
It's been a hectic 2 months, there's no doubt about it, and it's felt nice to get out here and play a game and see the kids having fun out there.
Those who knew Coach Thomas say it wasn't as much about winning or losing as it was in how you played the game. But what was most important to him was how one lived life, summed up best by his motto, faith, family, and football. Now in death, the lives he touched are also learning about forgiveness. John JESSUP, CBN News, reporting in Parkersburg, Iowa.